Coming up on 10, it's Emmy-winning TV host turned author Bill Boggs. He's gotten the rich, famous, and powerful to reveal the secrets to their success.
So our next guest is a Philadelphia native and 4-time Emmy award-winning TV host. He's been on the Travel Channel, the Food Network, and the Dave Chappelle Show.
He's done just about everything in television except this show. And needless to say, Bill Boggs knows a thing or two about success. Maybe that's why he was inspired to write this latest book of his. It's called Got What It Takes? Successful People Reveal How They Made It to the Top.
Bill is in town for the Simon Super Chefs live event this Saturday. But first, he's going to tell us all about his new book. Please welcome Bill Boggs.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow, this is what a treat.
So great to see you again.
What a treat.
Welcome.
This Channel 10 is where I started my TV career several decades ago, at Channel 10.
Right here.
Running prompter, setting up things, and I worked my way up from there. So I'm really happy to be back home on Channel 10.
Yeah!
Well, welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have roots in Philadelphia, which probably led you to do some of the television work that you've done, like Corner Table, which was a great show.
Thank you, on the Food Network, Bill Boggs' Corner Table, yeah. But it all really started here, and then I went to, excuse the expression, KYW TV, and then North Carolina, and then up to New York, and I've been based in New York for a long time, so I'm glad to be back.
So why, after such a successful career, did you decide to sit down and write a book about success?
Well, I've always been fascinated by what makes one person more successful than the other. And I thought, if I can get a book deal, and I can use my interviewing skills, both of which are demonstrated every day by you, to talk to really successful people about how they've been successful, I could take that information and hone it into a book. And so Got What It Takes is Successful People Reveal How They Make It to the Top. 44 well-known people, leaders in their fields, and the book is really, you mentioned the word graduation, it's timed as a graduate. This is a book for young people to show them how to get someplace in their life.
And so somebody that's just graduated, like our own Omega here, would be able to read this book and learn.
He reads, right?
Yeah, well,
very slowly.
That's
very slowly.
Yeah,
yes, assuming that.
No, I mean, he'd be able to walk away with something from these people who are now at the other end of their career. They're at the top of their field.
Yeah, these are, with the exception of Donald Trump and Christy Hefner, who went into family businesses, the other 42 people in the book, ranging from Richard Branson, Clive Davis, Renee Zellweger, Matt Lauer, Tom Perkins, James Blake, the tennis player, Bobby Flay, the chef, Diane von Furstenberg, on are ordinary people who went on to have extraordinary lives. And Got What It Takes shows you how they did it.
And Renee Zellweger, I think we have some photos of some
Renee's.
people.
Renee is like, she is such a hard worker. She said, as long as there is time left, I will continue to work on something to make it better and better and better. Hard work, a central premise of Got What It Takes.
And part of what the people said in your book, too, is that use what you've got. Obviously, she has great beauty. She used that beauty to her advantage.
Well, you know what Renee said about her look? She said, if I had a little more of something or a little less of something, I wouldn't be exactly what I am. But, yeah, use what you've got. The book helps to show you how to really actualize your own power and how to essentially recognize that you're very powerful, provided you know how powerful you are.
And you mentioned Richard Branson as well. Talk to me about how some of these powerful people actually overcame adversity in their career.
Well, the thing that I personally learned about this was that failure is such an important part of success. If you talk about to Matt Lauer, for example, he had lost 4 shows in a row, was living like in not great conditions, eating out of a can, he jokes. When the call came to do a little news program at 5 o'clock in the morning, and people said maybe you should get out of the business, but he still believed he had something left to offer. So facing adversity, facing defeat, facing failure gives you a set of coping skills that enables you to be more successful. And that's one of the central themes of the book.
Clive Davis, one of the most successful men, maybe even the most successful man in the music industry today.
Yeah, Clive Davis, the only non-musician in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a huge music mogul, attributes everything to his great education in Brooklyn and looks at every gold record as just getting an A on a report card. He's still working like he was a student on a scholarship, and he had to keep the scholarship after all these years.
Bill O'Reilly, another man that you
Bill O'Reilly just set out. First, he started to be a teacher, didn't like that, went to journalism school, had a gift of gab, and O'Reilly said, I'm going to set it like an athlete. I'm going to go to every market I can. I'll make every sacrifice I need to make to make it to the top. Some people might not want to do that, but he didn't settle in Cleveland, he didn't settle in Boston, he kept going and going and going, and he said, now I've arrived and where I want to be.
Was that one of the things that tied people together? They were willing to take the risk, they were willing
there's
to
no
do
question.
what it took.
If you are risk adverse, you will learn. If you're risk adverse, you may do well in life, but you're not going to succeed big time. That you have to be willing to take risks, and you have to be willing to failure. Risks, really, success is a byproduct of innovation and risks in many cases.
Wow. And so how did you determine which people were going to go into this book?
Well, I started out with people I knew. I knew Renee, I knew Mario Cuomo, I knew Matt Lauer, I knew Maria Bartiromo, I knew Diane von Furstenberg, and I knew they were successful. Then once I had people like that, I could go to people I didn't know, like James Blake, the tennis player, Mark Burnett. I knew Norman Lear. Mark Burnett said, if you had Norman Lear in the book, I will do that. So it just one kind of led to the other.
And I know you know a thing or two about food, which brings us to this weekend's event, Simon Super Chefs
Live. Yeah. Well, we've got Simon Super Chefs Live making his 4th visit here to the Oxford Valley Mall. I am the jovial host of this. It's sponsored by MyCokeRewards.com and the Simon Mall people. The big attraction is, I'll tell you, here's the thing. It's set in the Oxford Valley Mall, folks.
Yes.
It's a day-long celebration of food, cooking, wine, and shopping. And, keyword, it's free.
Oh, that's the best.
Right? 11:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. We got cook-offs there. But 4 great local chefs, Walter Stabe from City Tavern, and I got a list of them here. I won't read them all, but we got Carrie Neff from Sansom Street Oyster House. They're going to be competing in the cook-off, which I host. I'm like the ringmaster of this thing. But it's at the Oxford Valley Mall. It should not be missed. It's a tremendous amount of fun, and it's free.
And Daisy Martinez, too, is going to be there.
Daisy Martinez will be doing 2 cooking demonstrations and signing autographs as long as the ink holds out on the pen.
Thank you, Bill, so much. Congratulations
Thank you.
on your
This is
book.
my pleasure. Really, thank you very much.
Yes, congratulations on the book.
And GotWhatItTakes.net is the website.
We'll put a link on our website at NBC10.com.